Alright guys, let's play a bit with our friend Magneto. Essentially, I pretty much completed the vendor gear, almost. I'm still missing the mask, that's pretty much all I really need right now. Although I do have a mask, uh, I still could improve. You can see like the mask, the 131 mask is not that much better than the one I already have, but it is 131 as opposed to, what do I have? As opposed to 129. So I'm not sure if I get the mask, if I'll jump to combat rating 147. Could be. Or am I off 147 already and I don't know it? I'm still 146. Okay. So, so trying to get marks won't really be a priority right now. So I'll try to do maybe a few things that I'm still missing. Although I could use marks, I suppose, for the rare style vendors, or not even just the rare style, like the vendor units 00. I still have quite a few tier 4 styles I didn't purchase yet, which would require me about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. So essentially, it's going to require me 280 marks of victory to complete all those style, which will be doable in the long term, I suppose. And for these styles, it'll take quite a lot longer. But I guess I could start with, let's say, the Hive Defender. I'm only missing the waist style, so I could probably start with those that I could pretty much complete in the foreseeable future. We'll see. But there's also another thing I'm trying to do. Essentially, I'm trying to complete a few other styles. Like I would like to get. There's this style that's called like the panel to body or something. You can see I'm wearing the chest piece right now. I wish I could get the pants to match with that chest. So let's see if we can do a bit of farming for that style. For that, I'm going to need to go to South Gotham. Let's go get. There seems to be a few posters, I guess, that I'm missing, or am I? Could have sworn there was. I thought it was a poster I was seeing underneath, but it's just another vendor that's slightly darker than the others somehow. Why would I want to take the wanted posters? Well, the reward, we don't really get a reward other than the alternate reward box, I suppose. But in that box, you do get some prestige and some exhibits. So it's not worth much, but it's something. So I won't go out of my way to farm the wanted posters. But if somehow I pass by and I see, let's say, full house, then I'll beat the snot out of it so that I can get the alternate reward box. So I won't go out of my way to do them, but well, I'll do them if they're there. The exemption to that, I guess, are the Central City bounties, and maybe the OBOT and MBOT. And as you can see, the loading time is getting a bit longer and longer as we progress, sadly. Oh well. Essentially for the Central City bounties, let's see how many I still need. I'm about halfway through, 286 out of 500. So slowly but surely I'll get through it. Assuming there's not another one at, there's another 1,000 feet. Oh, let's click that little fella, even though we don't need it. I'm pretty sure it works for, it counts for the towards the feet. And if you're wondering why I entered through the portal as opposed to using the on-duty menu, well, there's a few reasons for that. The first is that it's usually faster. I guess there isn't that many people who still run these duos, so it can be a bit faster if you enter by yourself. And also, sometimes there are players who will be a bit annoying if you play the mission with them. So at some point, at some point I would still use the on-duty menu, but then I don't really want to wait tonight. Although technically it should go faster to find all the bombs with someone else. So essentially, I don't really. I've been farming the end game missions a little too much, maybe with Magneto. So right now, I don't really need marks of victory all that much. So we'll probably take a bit of a break from the end game mission, and I will try to go back and farm probably some lower level missions. I'm just not sure how much of them I'll do using the curse system, and how much I'll decide to just enter by myself and solo them. In some cases, it doesn't really matter one way or another, but there's a few cases where it actually would be better to do it solo for various reasons. Like, let's say if there's some places where there's a fight where you can get separated from your friends or you can lock out other players, you might as well do them by yourself. Either because you don't want to wait for other people, or you don't want other people to lock you out of the fight, which happens sometimes. So I guess it's going to be a case by case basis. I'll probably solo some of the missions, and others I'll do using the curse system so that I can have a full group for some reasons. There's a few missions that you have no choice. You have to have other people with you, no matter how high your combat rating is. Like if you have to activate like 4 consoles at the same time, well, there's no escaping it. You pretty much have to have other people with you. So let's see, which cable did I miss? Yeah, I always somehow manage to miss one, and then I spend. Oh, there it is. And also another reason to do the mission by yourself, you'll see with the end boss. Essentially, the end boss, if you burn him too quickly, you can run the risk of glitching the mission. That like the mission will go crazy because essentially there's two phases with the boss. You beat him once, and then he heals himself and transforms himself, and then you have to beat him a second time. What if somehow you defeat him right off the bat that first time, and if you do too much damage to him that first time, then somehow it will mess up his ability to try and turn into the other version of itself. And sometimes you can pretty much glitch the mission and make it so that you can't complete it. So I usually try to be a bit careful not to kill him too quickly. But with someone else, you have no control over what they do, so you run the risk that they will glitch the boss, and then you end up not being able to finish the mission anyway. And once he's transformed, then you can pretty much kill him as you wish. And let's see, we got some boots. Oh, and some slimline layer legging. Is that what I'm looking for? Oh yeah. Life is good sometimes. We got a token of prestige, which is always good. Greedy sweater, let's get rid of that. The boots we already had. I'm surprised. I thought it would take. I've been farming that for about a week right now, so I didn't expect to get it that quickly. So let's see what we look like with our brand new pants. As you can see, there's a bit of a delay with the menu. It's been like that for a bit now. So what's the name of this style again? There it is. As you can see, I made a new look for my Magneto character. That's At first I thought it was a derivative of the latest look that Cyclops had in the X-Men comics. But then it turns out that Magneto has a similar look now in the comics. So I thought, let's try and so let's imprint our new pants. It looks kind of neat. As you can see, I'm pretty much a sucker for slimline suits. And I have to admit, I had no idea this suit existed until not that long ago. So let's get rid of a few things we don't need. So let's see, what could we do next? Essentially, with this character, I'm going to pretty much to try to go through most of the missions, or I should say the group missions. So let's see. So for missions like Area 51, uh, Smallville, we have no choice. We have to do it with other people. But there's missions like Ace Chemicals or the Watchtower Containment Facility that we can pretty much do on our own. So let's go and try and do that. Let's try Ace Chemicals. So once you're high level enough, you can pretty much enter by yourself, which I wish they had for more missions, but what can you do?
This is Batman. Ace Chemicals is the source of the Joker's toxin. T.O. Morrow created it, and he's taken over the entire factory.
Ooh,
Now he has no
lockbox.
more limitations. I'm still vulnerable from the last dose of Morrow's toxin, but you should have immunity. Take down Morrow's operation, so we can clean up his madness and create a more effective antidote.
And also, when you do those missions by yourself, now that you pretty much can, being at high level enough, it saves a bit of the drama that you can have with other players. Like too often, you end up in a no-win situation. Like if you burn too quickly, people will complain that you one-shot everything and that they cannot contribute, which is understandable. But then again, if you decide not to burn too quickly so that everyone can contribute, someone will pretty much troll you and insult you, saying that you're a scrub because you're combat rating 146 and you barely do any damage when you're trying to hold back on purpose so that everyone can contribute. So sadly, it's pretty much a no-win situation with a lot of people. Some will be grateful that you held them through the missions, but others will find reasons to complain, which is sad, but it happens.
Here. I don't recall sending out invitations. My hair is a wreck. This place is a mess. I'm at a crucial stage in creating the life of tomorrow. I don't have the time to kill you right now. I'll just have to enjoy your demise from the safety of my lab. Security!
There we go. So essentially, other than the alternate reward box, uh, all I'll probably get is just a feed for an alert. Like essentially, I'm still working towards my 500 alert feed, so this should count towards that. I don't really need the barrel, but force of habit, why not?
Oh, and security. Our guests haven't been exterminated yet. Distill them down and add them to the mix when they're ready.
I have to admit, I haven't done this mission all that much for a while, so it's nice to get back. And also, it's refreshing to see. I still remember when we would have a hard time with the full group doing this mission. So being able to come back and just beat the snot out of those clowns, that kind of makes up for all the times we were in a failed group. Probably should change the color of my discs to red. We'll see. Actually, let's try it right now. Maybe not.
Attention, activating the primary extract purification tank.
And one of the things also of
Attention,
being by yourself, you can pretty much go at your own pace and enjoy the mission as you see fit. And also, you can take sometimes to look at the things that maybe you didn't get the chance to look at the first time you did the mission. So if you want to explore a bit some areas, you can. Like I wish we could go into the alternate Gotham and alternate Metropolis, but sadly we can't. So let's get rid of some of the junk we have. And let's see what's in the box. Oh, we got some pants we didn't have. Oh, I'm a bit surprised, but okay, I'll take it. And let's see about the discs. What can we do about those discs? Should I go red all the way? Let's try half. Oh, let's go all the way and we'll work our way down if we have to. A bit too red, I guess. So as you can see, essentially your first color is what will indicate, will influence the color of your discs. So if you want to tweak a bit too white, if you want to tweak the color of your discs, the first color is the one you have to set for that. That's better. I guess we're gonna have to not forget to imprint our new armory. So as you saw, mass levitation by itself is not that powerful, but if you combine it with, oh, wasn't able to even reach the advanced mechanic. Oh well. Essentially, if you use it with your advanced mechanic, usually your mass levitation is much more powerful. But if you use it by itself, oh, that's strange. If you use it by itself, it's a good crowd control. It just doesn't do as much damage as if you use it at the end of your advanced mechanic rotation.
Blast it! Entire batch ruined! No matter. Life finds a way. Ready the second lab. Start pumping in the chemo extraction. Now!
I have no time for
I guess what I could also do is work towards my DPS gear, I suppose. I probably could try and build myself some DPS gear, but that would mean also farming for exhibits a lot more than I'm already doing.
Ever had.
I'm not sure I want to do that.
And die already! Security! Take them out!
And by default, I
Moving the
pretty much
chemo
always play as a troll.
extraction.
I usually DPS either when I'm solo like this, or if I'm playing in a group that somehow has other trolls, and then I'll make a sacrifice and I'll play as a DPS. And of course, I'll run into some not so nice players who will complain that I'll use Mass Levitation instead of Mass Terror, but that's another story, I suppose. And again, I could almost understand when people complain. Like if you're in a group and you wipe and wipe and wipe, okay, maybe you're going to ask people to try to use the better powers, quote unquote. What if the mission is going fine, no one is dying, the mission is progressing nicely? Why complain? But there's some who will complain anyways. Like if they think that the burn is too low, quote unquote, and that you would be able to finish the mission 20 seconds faster if you switched to a certain power, they will complain. You have to wonder what they're going to do with that extra 20 seconds that's so precious to them, but somehow it seems important to them. So here, there's pretty much no miracle solution. You have to wait for each wave to spawn. I won't really complain. I still remember a time when waves would spawn a bit too quickly for our tastes.
Attention. Stand clear of the batch reactor door.
Essentially, in case for those who don't know, and this map, there's like three directions you can go. You can go that way, which we did before. We can go that way, which is the one we have right now, or you can go that way. You will not see all the variations in one playthrough. You're gonna have to play the mission at least twice in order to see all the variations. And even then, there's a random factor that decides which tunnels you will have access to. So it's a bit like the Two-Face mission, or I should say the Penguin mission, where Two-Face at some point flips his coin, and on one occasion you'll go left, on the other occasion you'll go right. It's not unlike that. So I guess it was a nice way to put some variations to make it so that you never really know what you're going to get from the mission, which is nice, I suppose.
Kill them already! My chemicals are at a crucial stage.
I guess this is supposed to be an evil version of the Metal Man. He's so much bigger than me. Ah, the cheater. I wasn't ready. I'm trying not to one-shot them too much so that we can see the mechanics a bit and that the fight can last a bit longer. There we go.
for Plan C, the Big C.
Why hit so hard? It's over for Chemo. I ain't getting paid enough for this.
So if the last time you did this mission you actually ended up in a failed group, uh, take some comfort knowing that at some point you're going to be able to enter this mission by yourself and do it at your own pace.
Suppose I can't force you to tidy. I'll let Chemo free to help. Yes, the place will explode itself clean in no time. Disengage the siphons.
What are we waiting for? Oh, there we go. So you can see right now, even at the combat rating I'm at, the Chemo breath does hurt quite a bit.
Attention. Stand clear of the distillation unit door.
So let's go speak to our friend Batman.
You've done well. With Morrow out of Ace, his resources are limited, and so are the Joker's. Whatever Morrow is cooking up, if
Now
he's
let's
as
take
smart
a
as he
look at
says
our
he is,
rewards.
he'll
Let's see
save
what's
the
in the
day. The
box.
Joker doesn't take well to betrayal.
A plan. Some prestige. And some victory tokens. For the tokens, I'm not sure what the cap is, but anyway. So we did speak to Batman. Well, let's recharge our supercharge. And let's see what. We can't look at it yet. So let's get out of here. So that was it for Ace Chemicals. Let's go back to our base. Essentially, mostly to reimprint our new discs, but also can take a minute or two to salvage and repair. I guess right now I could I could try either to try and get some elite gear, which uh, I got 2 pieces so far, and I don't expect to ever be able to get 8 pieces. And essentially, that's what as a controller, that's what you want. You want the 8 pieces. Less than 8 pieces doesn't really matter if you have the elite gear or not. The bonuses you get aren't important enough that you tell yourself, oh, I have to get all those pieces. It doesn't really matter. I should see. I seem to recall. There it is. So essentially, for the elite gear, if you have 2 pieces, then you will get access to the Type A affinity bonuses, which is like 27 dominance or 140 health, 61 might. That's nothing in the grand schemes of things. When you have thousands of precision, 62 extra doesn't matter. The same with Type B. Type B, you need 4 pieces, and again, like 54 dominance, 290 health. At that point, it doesn't matter. Type C starts being a bit more interesting, but even again, it's just it's not that effective. They're really effective. They're really good ones are the Type D, or at least and for the controller. And where is it? I guess that's the one. Essentially, the good one, the good mod is this one, the Power Strategist. That would allow you to essentially all your powers would give power over time. So right now I use as a controller I use telekinesis for my power over time. But essentially every power I have would produce that. So I would be able to essentially I wouldn't need to cast a telekinesis. I would just cast whatever power I wanted, and I could effectively replace telekinesis for something more useful if I or that I find more useful if I wanted to. But for that, you need 8 pieces of elite gear, and it's too rare to get only 1 piece. Or it's not. That's not really true. You can get 1 piece once in a while fairly easily. The problem is that I did get more than I have 2 pieces of elite gear right now, and I did get more than 2 pieces. The problem is that I got like the pants 3 or 4 times. So yeah, I did get extra. I did get multiple elite pieces, but always the same ones. So that didn't really help me. So essentially, I'm keeping the elite gear just in case, but like the gear I'm wearing right now is much better than the elite gear, and sadly, I only have 2 pieces. So I guess by the time I'll have eight pieces, I'll probably be an old man, which isn't that far off. So anyway, so let's see what else can we do. I guess we could try and cure for a mission. I'm not sure if. Let's try with Blood Haven. There's nothing we can do. I guess we could try Area 51, Smallville. Let's go for Oolong Island and Hive Moon Base. Let's add the Owen Science Cell. So let's see if one of those will actually pop. And somehow the menu froze on me. There we go. Not sure why. Sometimes you have to switch tabs to unfreeze the menu. It's sad, but it happens. Oh, we got Smallville. So we'll probably remain in controller role. if we ever get in. Not sure why. There's a lot of people who will decline when the mission actually is ready.
Those are LexCorp remote analysis units. Don't destroy them. They contain vital data on the experiment. If you can get through their shields and
I usually remain with
we can develop a plan.
the thingy over here to protect it. Uh, it's pretty much a habit I took since ever since the mission was first added to the game. Usually, most people will just go away to chase after the various doomsday creatures, and then the thingy here will be unprotected, and the evil doomsday creatures will destroy it. So I usually stick right here and make sure that that doesn't happen. Even though right now with the group we have, that shouldn't be an issue. But you never really know. So we're done with this one. Essentially, I took the habit of staying here and protect the thingy because I've seen too many fail group who wouldn't bother with protecting the objective, and sadly we would fail and fail and fail, and still they wouldn't stay to protect the objective. So I don't take any chances, and I usually remain behind. I don't really care if I end up not having as much damage as everyone else. I just care about the finishing the mission. This is pretty much the boss that taught me not to go in melee
We are analyzing the
unless you were a tank.
It seems these are the so-called failed clones. The stronger ones ran riot when the LexCorp techs became infected themselves. Try to get genetic samples. Build data. LexCorp was testing the clones against Brainiac weaponry. Perhaps that will give you an edge.
And it's also the boss who made me decide not to go with the Green Lantern character. For at some point, the power over time for the Green Lantern was either the gloves or I guess we're each taking our own Doomsday. So at some point, the power over time for the Green Lantern was the either the gloves or the claws, which meant that you pretty much ended in melee more often than not. And at the time, I wasn't mastering the art of clipping. So clipping the gloves, the boxing gloves with the recharge, is not something I was doing at the time. So I was struggling a bit, trying not to end up in melee with some of the bosses. Well, let's go with our friends. Well, let's give some power back to our friend King Devilbird. There we go.
Batman has found a failsafe switch on the Doomsday DNA. Cut off their feed to
We
LexCorp's
got a
brain
compound
cells,
Omega.
and the effects fail within moments. We need you to test this at the farmhouse, where LexCorp has started administering the DNA. Destroy LexCorp's equipment and save
So let's turn
everyone's
into an
terrible
evil scientist. Let's get to work. So hopefully we're going to all go to different TANs. We'll see. There we go. I have to admit, it's been a while since I did this mission. And I'm wondering if, when you're transforming into a Doomsday, if the combat rating has, well, yeah, it probably does. Unless they nerfed the NPCs. I don't recall killing the Doomsdays all that easily. So I guess being a 146 does help a bit. Or maybe there's other factors I'm not thinking of.
This is the last time Luther does this to me. Contract or no I feel so woozy.
And as you can see, even with players who are 140 something, they sometimes are still clueless about what the objective is.
Quit fighting. You're not getting out of here alive. It seems that the failsafe works. The only way to end Lex's experiment permanently is to remove LexCore's main source of the DNA feed. From your data, the source is close, nearby, at a small farm. Can't far. Doomsday's extraction field is feeding continuous DNA reinforcement to Lex's experiment subjects. Break it to free Lex's victims. I'm afraid that will release him. LexCore will have control of this situation. With the DNA field down, it will be safe for the JLA to come in to help. I will call in Justice League has arrived. Stand by.
Oh, I'm hiding poor Red Tornado.
Your entropy gauge. Line 'em up. Volunteer test subject. Alas, Doomsday DNA only works on non-exobited test subjects.
Oh, that wasn't bad.
The parasite DNA infused with it should have fixed that little problem. If only these
Would have been embarrassing if we had failed.
this terrible, tragic, unauthorized experiment. Should they
Nice exhibit clusters. That's always welcome.
terminating their contracts?
And let's see what's in the box. A trinket that we will never use. It's a tank trinket anyway, so it doesn't really matter. Nice office chair. I needed one of those.
Thank you enough for what you've done here today.
And let's use our tokens.
Place that means a lot
There
to
we
me.
go.
I will not forget this. When I am done with Lex, immediately.
Oh, we didn't collect the rifle. Can we collect the rifle? We can. I'll probably never use a rifle ever, but you never know. Maybe someday I'll respec my Magneto into the Punisher, and I'll be happy to have a rifle style. We'll see. So essentially, I think I'll do that for a bit. I'll work my way up, and I'll try to go through as much of the missions as I can. Either to do some missions that I didn't do in a long time, to progress my 500 alert feat, The containment, I think I'll go by myself a bit later. Oh, Long Island. I guess we could try and cure for some 8-player missions. Why not? Let's go for the expert ones. And let's start with the tier 1s. We'll do the tier 2. I don't know. Let's go with the... Let's go with the tier 2 as well. There isn't that many people logged in at this time, I suppose, so it'll probably take a while before... Oh, I should say the tier 3. So I guess while I wait, I could do... Oh yeah, let's do the containment one. Oh, let's do the raid instead. And we're there at the start, which is good. I probably could have tried to do it solo, but I'm pretty sure there's a spot where I wouldn't be able to go through by myself. Although maybe I'd maybe I'd be surprised.
This way leads underneath the fortress.
They still seem to be pretty tough for combat rating 80 enemies. Although it could be that they're combat rating 80 for an 8-player group, which is different than, let's say, a combat 80 mob. Essentially, it's the same as with, let's say, the Central City bounties. Even though the Central City bounties are combat rating, I think it's 72. It's 72 for a full player group. So even if you're single player at level 72, that doesn't mean you're going to be able to do that. To defeat those NPCs. Sorry about that. Not sure why we have so many people lagging behind though. Well, let's hope that they will wait for everyone before starting the fight, which is sadly the sad part with the like we have a few 146 players or even 148. So when that happens, you would think that it's going to make the mission easier, but sometimes they're in such a rush that they don't wait for everyone, and half the group essentially gets left out, which doesn't seem to be the problem right now. Everyone seems to be there, so that's good. Some exhibit clusters. That's good. I've been farming for exhibits quite a bit, so whenever I see those clusters, I'm quite happy because it means that I'll have to farm 5 minutes less, which is good.
Most of his power above. Shut off his perimeter security terminals to keep it that way.
I think I heard something. Oh, there it is.
This is Jack Ryder, and you are wrong. Why? Because you've never heard of sunstones, friend. You think all of Superman's powers come from our yellow sun? Friend, Superman comes from a society so advanced, it makes Lex Luthor look like Gorilla Grodd. If you think Superman's fortress just grew out of the Arctic ice without some kind of
I still need a feed or two with that scorpion thingy, so I'm not sure if I'll be able to get at least one of those.
Brainiac beat you to the
We'll
Sun
see.
Stones.
Someone had to step in, since our so-called Superman is incapable of defeating Brainiac, even in his own home.
It's refreshing of you to want to help, Lex. I'm sure even you know what will happen if Brainiac uses those Sunstone crystals against Earth.
Give up!
Look out! Get ready.
I guess they really don't want to wait for anyone. Oh well.
Convinced now, Superman? Or still harboring paranoid fantasies that I'm here to destroy you?
You'll need to work to earn my trust, Luthor. For now, let's focus on Brainiac. We can make a stand at the main entry. Crypto's there on guard.
You left your dog to defend the fortress against Brainiac? This
We're going to see cute little Crypto, and that's sweet. I guess we left some behind. There we go. Poor Crypto.
your insane mutts out of the way. We have another problem. The backwash from Brainiac's ship has fused the fortress door shut. We'll have to rig a teleporter to get through. Unless your dog can fly in with a magic key.
Maybe someday you'll learn to appreciate loyalty.
So let's see what we got.
Lex. Brainiac used Sunstone crystals.
Prestige token. That's always good.
Every crystal he gains gives him more
Some healer shoulders. Oh, some gloves we didn't have. That's good.
no time to waste.
The clusters is always welcome. Another one.
You'll need all your strength against Brainiac.
And let's see what's in the box. Holy crap. Throwing stars 3. I have to admit I don't miss getting that garbage. And let's see what... Oh, we don't have the staff. So let's go into the containment facility while we wait. I'm not sure how many feats I still need for the alerts. Oh, I didn't even get the 250 yet, so well, it'll take a while. For the duos, it's not so bad. I guess that's the last feat I have for the raids. I should probably get working on that. Now let's use our brand new suit. Because we can. Actually, let's not. You'll see why in just a moment. That's why. Essentially, I'm going to need my telekinetic shield to be able to activate those consoles, and even then, it will be a bit tricky. Like, technically the shield protects you, so you should be able to activate them, but in practice, even with the shield, sometimes the enemies will juggle you, which means that you're even with the shield, you're not always going to be able to activate the consoles. Or even click the old friends here, as you saw. Oh, I guess we're going to do something else now. Didn't notice what the mission was, so we'll be surprised. Let's stick with our friends, try and keep them safe. That is something that I missed. Essentially using telekinesis at some point at around tier 6 or even tier 5 maybe, you don't seem to be able to attract objects the way you used to. I thought maybe the power itself was nerfed, but I'm starting to think that maybe at some point the items are flagged so that they can no longer be affected by telekinesis, or they're not flagged to be affected by telekinesis. Yeah, either way. Let's try not to one-shot our friend so that everyone can contribute. And let's try and keep everyone alive. There we go.
Salvage Cadmus's forces and retake their
And of course my inventory is full.
If resistance is too heavy, strip the Brainiac forces' neural cores after you defeat them. This blinds their servitor and stops further reinforcements.
Let's delete some of the crap. Actually, I should probably sell right now what I can. That should do it. And of course our friends could not wait for everyone. Let's bring a barrel for our friends.
Cadmus reinforcements deployed to ammo supply point.
I'm making a break for the command gate.
I hear something, but I just can't see it. Oh well. And of course, our friend Cortacana is lost somewhere. There we go.
Hear that? Those metal hitters.
Now you must reset Cadmus's defense systems in the command base. Here, you may have an edge. The base is radiating the subsonic interference.
Let's make sure that everyone is okay.
The Brainiacs
Let's go.
in the area. Flip their neural cores, and you can reset them to your advantage.
Here it's pretty much always a free for all. Everyone goes in their own direction, and there's little you can do about that. So when you see that they're getting the snot beat out of them, you have no idea where are they. Oh well. Like you can see where they are on the map, but on which level, that's another story. Ah, there he is.
Control center defense sequence activated. Control center defense sequence complete. Defensive measures are now online.
Oh, let's try and wait for everyone, but that's gonna be a tall order. Oh no, 3 of us are here. And the other one is dead anyway, so.
You have done well. Now is the crucial battle. Just beyond here, Brainiac Servitor and its greater accumulators oversee the transfer of the kryptonite onto their ship. You may not want to face this battle alone. Once the accumulators are down and the kryptonite is safe, Oracle will hack the ship's teleporter so you can
So we'll pretty much focus on killing enemies, and I will try and let our friends carry the green thingy. And our friend died anyway. Well, it was a good idea in theory. In practice, it doesn't always work. And of course, our friend started the fight before everyone was there. And those floaty things in the air, it's pretty much that my inventory is
to gain the green kryptonite.
full, more than full.
You store it now at the watchtower, where it can be properly guarded. The Justice League thanks you. I will certainly contact you again.
So let's salvage a bit.
Out.
That's a healer sword, so. Ah, some cluster, that's always good. Prestige. Let's see what's in the box. Didn't notice what we got. Yeah, I don't really need the barrel force of habit. And as you saw, there's two portals. Very often, leave Brainiac ship will bring us back into the area over here. If we want to exit the mission, we have to return to last location. But I've seen many make the mistake of taking the wrong portal, which is why I take a minute to mention it. Okay, so we have about half an hour before reset. So let's do a few bounties maybe. But just to be sure. Let's go collect the poster for the bounties. I probably have them all already, but just to be on the safe side. Oh no, I was missing quite a few. So I usually start with, maybe I should. I usually start with the bounties in Gotham. Well, I guess we can, for a change of pace, start with the ones in Metropolis. Yeah, I'm still not used to my new base layout, so I am lost a bit sometimes. I guess we could start with the Striker bounty. I'm not sure if I have all the styles with the O-bot and the M-bot, but anyway, it's even if I have all the styles or if I end up not getting a piece of style I need, it's still going to give me a reward box, so why not?
Steelworks, my workshop and my home.
So usually when I do the bounties, that's pretty much where I start.
Fulon robots have infiltrated the factory grounds, ransacking my research. I've been able to hold them off so far, but they've unleashed a siege robot capable of causing serious damage to my defenses. I need you to take that robot out, so we can focus on our fight. Steel out. And hey, thanks.
And there's a little friend. Essentially, when you start pounding the ground, you just block and it will interrupt him. Assuming you can survive that long, though. Unless you're massively over gear, I would suggest if you're not a tank, just roll away. As you can see, mass levitation is awesome for many things, and one of those things is that it's a block breaker, which is probably one of the reasons why I love using it so much. I'm sure I've said it before, but essentially at some point I pretty much became a spam block breaker. Somehow it didn't work. So there we go. Some exhibits, that's perfect. That's pretty much what I want. If I get some prestige, I'll still be happy, but let's put this back where it belongs. Didn't expect not to have the cape. So let's start with our friend, the Weather Wizard. That's usually the first one I do when I'm here, because he's the closest, essentially. So sadly, I pretty much know by heart where he spawns, but so just so you guys can follow a bit more. Oh, there we are. So essentially, I start pretty much here, where you see some evil villains. The first spawn point is pretty much here, but doesn't seem to be there. Oh, there's a lost Brainiac robot. So the next place I look is over here. I learned this spot over here because I had a base right here before. So whenever I would exit my base, my Weather Wizard would be at right in front of my base sometimes. There's a few spots. And, usually the next place I look at is here, this little open ground. Then I go over here. There's our friend. And he was pretty awesome in the mid-season finale of The Flash. And let's see what's in the box. We'll collect that after. So the next place we go is for the top. Because why not? We still have about 20 minutes. Not sure if we'll do all of them, but we should be able to do at least most of them. So usually with the top, I start right here. I have to admit, the top is one of those rogues that I wonder if they'll ever use on the Flash TV show. Although they used the Trickster, even the Weather Wizard, I was pretty surprised. Though those are the kind of characters you pretty much never expected them to use. Here's our friend the top. But then again, we weren't sure also if they would use Gorilla Grodd, and we never expected them to use Killer Shark. So they seems to, I wouldn't say they pulled all the stops, but they pulled a lot of them. So let's see what's in the box. Some exhibits, that's good. I've been farming for exhibits lately, but I guess one of the ways you can farm for exhibits also nowadays is essentially collecting those alternate reward box. The sad thing is that there's no wrong captain. There we go. The sad thing with the box is that you have like only a slight chance of getting exhibits, but after a while it adds up. So if you do a lot and a lot of bounties, you'll get quite a few exhibits. Oh, here's our friend, Dr. Fate. Let's say hello to our friend. Because we're nice like that. And let's see. Sometimes cold is over here. I usually start at the edge of the... I'll do that. I usually start here, looking for our friend Cold. Good. And there he is. Oh, we got really lucky today. It's usually not that quick. Sometimes I have to look a bit more. But once in a while, you get lucky. So I won't complain when that happens. So let's see what's in the box. No idea what we got. There we go. So let's go back to our base and let's go to. I guess we could do the other. Nah, let's stick with the Central City bounties. We'll do the other ones some other time. So let's start with. Well, let's go to the amusement mile. That's fairly close to where Boomer is. So we'll start with Boomerang. So sometimes you'll see him right here in this open field. but not always. Sometimes he's right over there, and he's not here. There's another field where he's at sometimes, like around here, or here, or sometimes here. I won't bother with the Morobot. We don't have enough time, anyways. Freaking cultists. I'll never pass up a free exhibit. And those are clowns. There's our friend Boomer. So let's get started. So let's see what's in the box. So the next one usually is the Trickster, which looks and sounds nothing like Mark Hamill, but that's okay. We have the Joker if you want to have our Mark Hamill fix, I suppose. I'm surprised there's still a lot of people. Oh, I should have went for with Pied Piper first. Oh, next. That's okay. We'll do him next. So this is one of the spot where we see him sometimes, and now there he is. I don't expect he'll ever have his flying shoes, but again, they had the Weather Wizard fly in the last episode, so who knows what they'll do with the Trickster someday. There we go.
I should have gone with the big vomit gas.
So again, let's see what's in the box. Some exhibits. That's nice. So let's go for the Pied Piper next. Well, I still have 10 minutes. We should be able to do it if we're a bit lucky. So usually the Piper hangs more or less around the park. So usually I start over here. He's not really in the park. He's pretty much around it. Usually the bounties are pretty much by themselves. It doesn't happen all that often that they're mixed in with all the mobs. The exception to that would probably be Flash, Zoom, Abracadabra, and I forget one. Usually one good way to find, essentially if you go like to the edge of the park like that and then you go down this way, you should be able to maybe find Trickster. Once you reach the villain safe house, you went too far. He's never further than that. Pretty sure he's not over here, but you never know. Some cultists. One thing you can do if you don't find a rogue is just move on to the next one. Could be that someone killed him and he's only like a minute ago and he's only going to respawn in 10 minutes. So if that's the case, if you move on to the next rogue and come back, maybe you'll get him easier that way. So let's try and do Heat Wave instead. And we'll come back for Piper if we have the time. Usually I start pretty much in this area where the evil villain spawn point is. Um, You can find a heat wave here once in a while. If not, there's in this area, sometimes on the roof. Oh, sometimes it'll be over here. Could it be? Is it he? There we go. So what's in the box? Oh yeah. The good thing about the cluster also is that it gives you essentially it gives you 3 exhibits per cluster. So if you're a bit lucky and get clusters more often than not, we're talking about 3 exhibits each time. So it adds up after a while. So let's try one more time for our friend Piper. Oh, went too far. Never really saw him close to the Knight's Dome. Pretty much around the park is pretty much the best place to find it. Although I guess we won't find him today. Oh well. So that's it for now, I suppose. So thanks for watching, and I hope I'll see you guys next time. Bye bye.